The rain pounded relentlessly against the windshield of Mark Thompson's old pickup truck as he navigated the slick roads of suburban Willow Creek, his 6-year-old daughter, Lily, humming softly in the back seat, her tiny fingers clutching a worn teddy bear named Mr. Whiskers, the one her late mother had given her on her 3rd birthday, a memory that still brought a lump to Mark's throat every time he glanced at it in the rearview mirror, the kind of grief that lingered like a shadow even 2 years after Sarah's sudden passing from a rare heart condition that no one saw coming, leaving him a single father juggling a full-time job as a mechanic at the local garage with bedtime stories, school runs, and the endless ache of trying to be both parents in one weary body. But today was one of those ordinary days that fate had other plans for, as Mark spotted a silver sedan pulled over on the shoulder of the highway, hazard lights flashing weakly through the downpour, a woman standing beside it with her hood up, futilely peering under the bonnet as water soaked her through, her frustration evident even from a distance, and something in Mark's chest stirred, that innate pull to help because that's what Sarah would have done, always the one to stop for strays or strangers, so he pulled over without a second thought, rolling down his window to call out, "Need a hand?" And the woman looked up, her face a mix of relief and embarrassment, her dark hair plastered to her forehead, green eyes sparkling with gratitude as she nodded, explaining how her car had just sputtered and died, no warning, and she was miles from home with no cell service in this storm. Her name was Emily Carter, a schoolteacher who just moved to town after a messy divorce that left her starting over at 35, though Mark didn't know that yet, only that she seemed kind and a little lost, much like he felt most days, so he grabbed his toolkit from the truck bed, ignoring the rain that drenched his flannel shirt, and got to work diagnosing the issue, a faulty alternator he suspected, while Lily watched curiously from the back seat, her nose pressed against the fogged window, whispering questions to Mr. Whiskers about the pretty lady outside, and as Mark tinkered, he and Emily struck up a conversation to pass the time, her laughter light and genuine when he joked about being a rain-soaked knight in rusty armor, and she shared how she was on her way to pick up supplies for her classroom, teaching first graders who reminded her why she loved her job despite the chaos of relocation, and Mark found himself opening up a bit, mentioning Lily and how she was his whole world, though he skimmed over the pain of losing Sarah, not wanting to burden a stranger, but Emily's empathy shone through, her gentle questions drawing him out more than he'd intended, and before long, the car was humming back to life, a loose connection fixed with a quick splice of wire, nothing major but enough to get her home, and as Emily thanked him profusely, offering to pay or buy him coffee sometime, Mark waved it off with a shy smile, saying it was no trouble, just paying it forward. But then Lily unbuckled herself and hopped out, umbrella in hand that Mark had forgotten in his haste, toddling over with innocent boldness, looking up at Emily with those big blue eyes that mirrored her mother's, and said in her sweet, piping voice, "You're nice, like a mommy," which made Mark's heart skip a beat, freezing him in place as Emily knelt down to her level, chuckling softly and replying, "Well, aren't you the sweetest thing?" But Lily wasn't done, tugging at Emily's sleeve and adding, "My mommy went to heaven, but you fixed our hearts maybe?" Though of course she didn't say that exactly, her words more childlike and direct, planting the seed of something profound in that rainy moment, and as they drove away, Mark glanced at Lily in the mirror, her face thoughtful, and he wondered if this was just a fleeting encounter or the start of healing he hadn't dared to hope for, the rain easing up as if the universe was nodding in approval. But little did he know that Emily had noted his garage's name from his shirt and would show up the next day with homemade cookies as a thank you, sparking a friendship that would blossom in unexpected ways, with coffee dates turning into playdates, Lily's laughter filling the air as Emily read her stories, and Mark feeling the walls around his heart crack just a little, allowing light in after so long in the dark, the conversations deepening over shared meals, Emily confiding in her own losses, the betrayal of her ex-husband that shattered her trust, and Mark sharing memories of Sarah, not with pain but with fondness, finding solace in Emily's understanding, until one evening, as the sun set over Willow Creek, Lily climbed into Emily's lap during a backyard barbecue and whispered her fateful question again, this time with more conviction, "Can you be my mommy?" And the world seemed to hold its breath, tears welling in Emily's eyes as she looked to Mark, who nodded slowly, his own eyes misty, realizing that sometimes strangers aren't strangers at all, but answers to unspoken prayers, and as the chapter of chance meetings gave way to deliberate choices, their lives intertwined in a tapestry of second chances, but challenges loomed, with Emily's past creeping back in the form of her ex demanding reconciliation, testing the fragile bond they'd built, and Mark grappling with guilt over moving on, fearing he'd betray Sarah's memory. Yet through it all, Lily's innocent love acted as the glue, her drawings of their new family melting resistances, leading to heartfelt talks under starlit skies where vulnerabilities were laid bare, Emily assuring Mark that honoring the past didn't mean closing off the future, and him realizing that Sarah would want him happy, not alone, culminating in a tentative first kiss that felt like coming home. But just as hope solidified, a storm of doubt hit when Emily's job offered a transfer out of state, forcing a decision that could tear them apart or bind them forever. The tension building as Mark pondered proposing not just to Emily, but to a life where Lily could have the mother figure she craved, all while navigating the emotional minefield of blended hearts, the narrative weaving through everyday moments like school recitals where Emily cheered louder than anyone, or quiet nights where Mark taught her to change a tire, roles reversing in playful ways, deepening their connection, and as the word count nears its mark, the chapter closes on a cliffhanger of sorts, with Emily packing boxes, her heart torn between career ambitions and this unexpected family, leaving readers aching for resolution in the pages ahead, the emotional depth resonating with anyone who's ever lost and found love again.
As Emily stared at the half-packed boxes in her living room, the weight of the job offer pressing down like an invisible hand, she couldn't shake the image of Lily's hopeful face from that rainy day, the little girl's words echoing in her mind like a melody she hadn't realized she needed. "Can she be my mommy?" A question that had evolved from childish whimsy to a profound possibility over the months since that roadside encounter, where Mark's simple act of kindness had opened doors neither expected, and now, with the promotion dangling a new life in the city, complete with higher pay and professional recognition she chased for years after her divorce left her questioning her worth, Emily found herself at a crossroads, torn between the independence she'd rebuilt brick by brick and the warmth of this budding family in Willow Creek, where weekends were filled with picnics by the lake, Mark's strong hands guiding Lily on her bike while Emily captured the moments on her phone, laughter mingling with the scent of fresh-baked apple pie from recipes Sarah had passed down, which Mark shared with a bittersweet smile, honoring the past while embracing the present. But doubts crept in like shadows at dusk, Emily wondering if she was ready to step into the role of mother, her own childhood marred by absent parents making her fear she'd falter, yet Lily's unconditional affection chipped away at those walls, the child drawing pictures of them as a trio, complete with a house and a dog they didn't yet have, and Mark, sensing her turmoil, arranged a quiet dinner under the stars, where he opened up about his own fears, admitting how terrified he was of loving again after losing Sarah, how every milestone with Lily reminded him of what was missing, but Emily's presence had filled voids he didn't know existed, her patience during his late nights at the garage, her enthusiasm for Lily's school projects, turning cardboard boxes into fairy castles, and as they talked, tears flowing freely, Mark pulled out a small velvet box, not a ring yet, but Sarah's necklace, a simple silver locket with a photo of her and baby Lily inside, offering it to Emily as a symbol of inclusion, saying, "She'd want you to have this, to know you're not replacing her, but adding to our story," a gesture that shattered Emily's reservations, leading to a passionate embrace that sealed their commitment. But life, ever the unpredictable force, threw another curve when Emily's ex-husband, Jason, showed up unannounced, fueled by a regret and a misguided attempt to win her back, his charm offensive clashing with Mark's quiet strength, creating tension that peaked during a community fair where Jason confronted them, accusing Emily of abandoning their shared dreams, but Lily, in her innocent wisdom, stepped forward and said, "My daddy and Emily make me happy, like mommy did," her words disarming Jason and reminding Emily of what truly mattered, prompting her to turn down the job offer in a heartfelt email, choosing instead to stay and build a life in Willow Creek, where she applied for a position at Lily's school, blending her passions seamlessly, and as seasons changed, their relationship deepened, Mark proposing on the anniversary of that fateful rainy day, down on one knee by the same roadside spot, now dry and sunny, with Lily holding a sign that read "Will you be my mommy?" Crafted in crayon, Emily's yes resounding like a promise fulfilled, tears of joy mingling as they embraced, the wedding a small affair in the local park, surrounded by friends who'd watched their story unfold, Lily scattering petals with glee, and in the quiet moments after, as they honeymooned in a cozy cabin, Emily reflected on how a broken car had mended broken hearts, Mark whispering gratitude for her every night, their family complete in ways that defied loss, but challenges didn't vanish entirely, with the blend of routines bringing adjustments, like navigating Lily's questions about Sarah, which Emily handled with grace, creating a memory book that honored both the mothers, one in heaven and one on earth, fostering a bond that grew stronger through school plays, family vacations to the beach where Lily built sandcastles taller than ever, and quiet evenings where Mark and Emily shared dreams of perhaps expanding their family one day, the emotional layers peeling back to reveal resilience and love's transformative power, culminating in a full-circle moment when, years later, Lily, now a teenager, helped a stranger with their car on a rainy day, echoing her father's kindness, and whispered to Emily, "You were always meant to be my mommy," a testament to the enduring impact of that initial encounter, wrapping the narrative in a bow of hope and redemption that leaves readers with a lingering warmth, the story's emotional arc reminding us that sometimes, the universe conspires through strangers to heal the deepest wounds. If this heartwarming tale of unexpected love and family moved you to tears or smiles, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring stories that celebrate the beauty in second chances. Your support means the world.